Hey everybody, Jason from Joyful Noyz coming to you with another book review, Dynamic Training Concepts by Chiodo. This is Lou's second book. I've already done one on his first book. So I'll just give you a little background on Lou again. He's a grandmaster in Taekwondo, been doing that for over 40 years. He was a trainer in the California Highway Patrol, and he was very instrumental in getting them some real-world training. He was a captain of the Marine Corps, and he also is the founder of Gunfighters Limited Training Company out of California. So this book is a good book for trainers or instructors if you want to be able to basically audit your curriculum, audit your training, the concepts that you have to see if they're actually designed for real world and to maximize the time that you have for training. Also for motivated gun owners if they want to kind of come up with their own training ritual or practice ritual. So it goes over because we're limited on the time that we have in training, so you want to maximize the most you can get out of that training for actual real-world concepts. So he goes over dry practice, airsoft, using airsoft in dry practice also, which he's a big proponent of, and I've started using it since I've talked to him, and it really helps out a lot, and it does work. Force-on-force training, also live fire training, and how to basically blend them all together to get them to kind of mirror each other to all be together. The steps to be able to set them up safely also. Goes over the types of skills that are vital and essential to be able to learn in gunfight training, not just shooting fundamentals, but actual gunfighting training. So it goes over what's vital for those. And also basically how to make the simple methods instead of using complex methods, because you got to use simple methods in this, nothing really complex. He also talks about focused target shooting, target focused shooting. He's a big proponent of that for close distance target focused shooting, so he kind of talks about that, touching on that a little too. Big thing he talks about in here is basically training is a great place to learn because combat is unforgiving of mistakes, and it's very true. You don't want to be learning when you're in the middle of combat or in the middle of a gunfight. You want to learn at the range and figure out what your mistakes are. Fix them there, don't fix them out in the real world. He also has some podcast information here because he has some podcasts and some videos that he's done that he references to that you can get some good information from him also. Also snubnor.com, that's basically where you can get this book at, so you can check that website out too. Got a quote here that I'm going to quote Lou on that he has in his books here. The purpose of firearms training is to prepare an individual to use firearms in a fight against an adversary in what usually begins as a spontaneous attack initiated by the adversary. Our firearms program is not about shooting, it's about fighting. When the concept of fighting is taken out of firearms training, we've forgotten the purpose of our training. And that's very true. If you're just training for shooting and not gunfighting, then your probability of survival is going to be a lot lower. Okay? When you're training, if you're going to carry a firearm for protection or for whatever use, if it's your police officer, whatever it is, you got to have the training as real-world gunfighter training, not just shooting. So check this book out, Dynamic Training Concepts, Lou Chiodo. Good book to be able to get some good information to kind of set up some training programs for yourself. So this is Jason from Joyful Noyz reminding you need to train to live, live to train. We'll see you all at the range.